Harmony is the art of playing chords. Here we're going to talk about the elementary rules to play in an elegant way. From this, which is easy to play but not really smooth, to this, a lot more harmonious. It's a technique of Occidental music, mostly based on major and minor modes. This is what we call playing tonal music. But we can reason like this for any other mode. First, let's get back on chords. If we start with C major, like this, we have three notes, C, E, G. We can play it an octave up, like this, with the same notes. Let's play these chords with the same notes, but instead of starting from the fundamental, we start from the third. It's still a C major because we have the same notes, but in a different order. The fundamental is here, the third here, and the fifth here. This is what we call the first inversion of C major. The second inversion starts from the fifth. There isn't any other one. We can only get back to the fundamental. You will notice that each time I use the index, middle, and ring finger for each inversion. By default, the C major scale is displayed. Each note of the scale defines a degree, there are 7 of them, one for each line of the keyboard, valid for each mode. Odd degrees on one side, and even ones on the other. In a given mode, here the major mode, a degree equals a chord. When doing harmony, we play following degrees, and so chords, on these degrees. To go from the first degree to the third, from this to this, our two chords share two notes. They are very close to each other. If we play like this, it works, but the hand is moving. We are making things tiresome for nothing. If our two chords share two notes, let's keep our fingers where they are, and play the new note here with the other index finger on the other side. This is harmony. To go from the first to sixth degree, it's the same. We keep the two notes and put the ring finger in the other side. In minor, it's the same thing. Let's go back to major. If we want to go from first to fourth degree, we apply the same rule. Keeping the note in common, this one, and the two other notes are played on the other side, with the same fingers. Same thing from first to fifth degree. Keeping the note in common, the two other fingers go on the other side. You should always use the same fingers. It allows you to move less while playing lots of chords. In this sequence, we feel an attraction of B to C. The leading tone is attracted to the tonic note. All is about tension and release. The fifth degree chord causes a problem solved by going back to the first degree. We feel it even more by adding a seventh tending to be solved with the first degree third. We can thus enunciate a rule. Fifth dominant followed by first degree is a smooth way to conclude on the first degree. Let's see that with minor mode. And if we play a dominant chord instead of a fifth degree minor chord, it sounds pretty good. We can thus say that fifth dominant followed by first degree is a smooth way to conclude on the first degree, regardless of the mode. From the first to the second degree, there isn't any note in common. In this case, we drop the fundamental by 1/3, one line before, and the other fingers change side. And from the first to the seventh degree, we mount the fifth of a third, and the other fingers go on the other side. But we can also do this, it works as well. The idea behind this is to avoid jumps of fifth like that. It could make the ear think that we are in two tonalities at the same time. But guitar players are usually doing this when they change chords, so do as you want. Historically, harmony was built around the idea of a three-voice corps, singing chords on a bass, each voice singing a tune with small gaps, less than a third. On the dualo, we can associate each voice to a finger, the thumb playing the bass, the index the tenor, the major the alto, and the ring finger the soprano. And the pinky is here just in case. So if you want to sound like a good choir, make sure to have one finger per voice, one index, one major, one ring finger, and one thumb at a time. This is why we only care about 3 sound chords for now. We'll talk about 4 sound chords in the next tutorial. We're going to apply these rules on an easy chord chart. The bass is playing the 1st, 4th, 1st and 5th degree with the thumbs. Here are the chords. The bass and the chords. The more you practice, the easier it will be. Let's take the chord chart of the Bob Marley song we saw on the chords tutorial. B minor, E major, G major, F sharp major. If we choose B minor, we are on the 1st, 4th, 6th and 5th degrees, with out of the scaled chords on the 4th and 5th degrees. To go from 1st to 4th, we keep the note in common and the 2 others go on the other side. From 4th to 6th, we keep the 2 notes in common and send the other one on the other side. From 6th to 5th, no notes in common. All notes change side. To get back to the 1st degree, we keep the note in common and we are back at the beginning. Again, playing this way will help you becoming more efficient and sound better. But you will need practice before it becomes natural. It's the same for the piano, for example. So I give you a few rules to sound great, but don't forget that rules are meant to be broken. As an exercise, you will find in the Junot PDF some sequences of simple bass notes. It's up to you to find good chords to play over them. Thank you for following this tutorial, and now play on.